Welcome to the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 144. The first setup was submitted by Tanner. Seeing that you're pushed to that complete right side there makes me a little worried. I'm not gonna lie. I'm having a hard time kind of understanding the usability standpoint for the desk right there, especially because you have a entertainment setup to the right side. In terms of everything else, I thought it was a little bit confusing with like you got bins all over. It just kind of looks like a mess. I would like to see that cleaned up a little bit. You have a lot of cool posters, which is nice. It would be beneficial, I don't know what the rest of the room looks like, to actually rearrange the furniture altogether. That could really play into your favor. Like maybe the desk goes up against the wall where the Rockstar can is. You could rearrange the entertainment center. Maybe even the entertainment center is smaller than your desk so that it would fit in that corner but not exceed over the freaking window. Tanner scored a 66. The next setup was submitted by Sebastian. I think the placement of the desk versus the entertainment center isn't ideal. And the reason I say that is because the desk definitely exceeds past the window, which, you know, it's kind of hard because he has that ceiling that goes at an angle. But I feel like the entertainment center is so damn close to your desk that you're not really getting the full use out of it. It's not really, it just looks really, I guess cramped would be the better word. You know what I'm saying? You did a good job for the most part. Focus on just getting those cables that are hanging down, you know, nail them up, Velcro them up. You know, you can rearrange the furniture to make this setup work perfect with the way it is. You can keep everything the same. You pick up the Linmon desk, place it in a different spot, and then really focus your attention to the entertainment side of things, and it will work perfectly. Sebastian scored a 68. The next setup was submitted by Jack. This is another scenario where you're with the weird ceilings, you're in a weird spot altogether. You built the desk, right? But I don't think you really thought it through. Now, it seems like your room is just small, and maybe that's the best you could do in terms of the actual usability and everything like that. Works perfect. I think the desktop itself for a simple setup is great. Your laptop, that just goes to show your desk needs to be bigger. And dude, please clean the cables. Just clean up overall. I see some stuff on the right side there. Jack scored a 70. The next setup was submitted by John Luca, the receiver. I think that's a weird spot for that. Maybe putting it on maybe even just putting it on the right side of the desk would actually look good. But your speakers, the usability there isn't the best. You know what I mean? So I think because of that, it's really hard in this area. It makes me think that the computer shouldn't be there. It really needs to be speakers next to your monitors, and then from there you can sort of figure out where everything else should go. You know, you already have everything that you need. Why not just do it the right way? John Lucas scored a 72. The next setup was submitted by Jose. Yeah, I got a Signum, but I ain't gonna really use it the right way. The Signum, yes, it can be used to just hold some cables, as we see here, prime example, but at the same time, you have to do a little bit of the work. You know, you have to Velcro some stuff up. You need to kind of make it all neat, so when you place it into the Signum, it's easy to take in and take out. You know, I do think that's something cool for you to pick up. They have like these little on-desk organizer sort of things that you can actually put the Xbox One at the bottom and then put the PS4 on top, and there's a pretty good distance between the two. And honestly, you could just get some wood and build one yourself. It's nice. It's just everything's just kind of there, placed on the desk, a little spread out. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but if you want to go for a little bit more of a clean, maintained look, that's what I would do. Jose scored a 74. The next setup was submitted by Caleb. Yeah, you got like all the old shit right there, which is really cool, but kind of looks a little messy. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of that. That is the perfect section for some storage, so why not get some storage where you can kind of hide that stuff. Now this, I don't know, because I've seen him play some games on his channel, so I'm wondering if he sits facing this TV, because look at how he's got the snowball. I know everyone's already laughing about it in chat, but it looks like the snowball is set up for him to sit in front of that TV. He's actually pretty freaking smart. Like, that is actually really cool, because think about it, when he's done, it's not like really in his way at all, in any way whatsoever. Far back shot, I think, is also just a cool way to show that you may not have the room, but you can make the room. People are like, oh my god, my bed takes up the whole room. You get yourself a bunk bed, bro. You remove the bottom side. A lot of them come like this, and he actually was able to make something pretty cool. Caleb scored a 76. The next setup was submitted by Bjorn. At first glance, I was like, nah, the desk is fine, but then I realized what part is actually the desk, and the desk is really nothing. It's like very underwhelming, thin, kind of weird, and it looks okay up against that wall, but that wall is super cool, and I'd like to see that desk go for sure. So you can get yourself a little black desk because you have a lot of black peripherals. It could be like the small size Linmont. It could be something you make. It could be whatever. But picture a small like black desk that goes from the door frame to the corner of the room. And then with that, you can have like storage underneath, like an Alex drawer or something like that. I love the overall aesthetics. I just think it's the desk situation that is going to help with the out of sight, out of mind and the usability section of this. So Bjorn scored a 78. The next setup was submitted by Will. You see right there. Yeah, that's just like literally pipe insulation that's got some adhesive on it. And he just adhered it to the desk so that he doesn't get any of the sharp edges, and it makes it nice for when he's typing and stuff. I like what he's going for again in the terms of theme. You know, the left side though does seem a little packed, but it's just boxes really. Usability actually pretty good. You got a lava lamp, which is nice. It looks like that screen. I like that it's actually tilted on top, which makes it so you can actually see it. I know some people say, nah, dude, I could see it perfectly fine. And then they like, you know, afterwards they go to their setup and they're like, I wish I could see it better. Will scored an 80. The next setup was submitted by Brandon. We look at this photo and at first glance, it's like, damn, this bro's got 3 monitors and he's got all this stuff, bro. Sitting in that corner, first off, besides even the leg area where that's just, I mean, that's just terrible. The thought process behind putting your computer there and even that like ottoman thing, I don't know how your feet fit comfortably without hitting in between both of those items. This is not a corner desk. This is an L desk. If the corner of the desk is sharp, a 90-degree angle, then that is not where you sit. Now, if it was more of an obtuse where it's got that nice curvature, it's just a nice homey place that your belly fits into perfectly, then hell yeah, that's a corner desk. I understand that you probably wanted to sit on the left or right side, but the problem you had was, oh no, what do I do with my 3 monitors? If you plan on using triple monitors comfortably, you gotta either do one of the 3 things. Get rid of the desk. Number 2, take a hacksaw, whatever, like one of those blades, and just cut out the circle yourself. Really make it so it's nice and comfy. Or number 3, you can use it and bruise your ribs and, you know, really just kind of hurt yourself there. Brandon scored a 56. The final setup was submitted by Jeff. I like that you have the vertical. I like that you have the ultra wide dead center, and I actually like that he's got his PC there. You know, I definitely don't like it sometimes, but in this scenario, it works. I would like to see, you know, kind of pimp that PC a little bit, get some NZXT-U in there and make that shit dance. This is like one of those setups where I really wish he kind of went through with LEDs everywhere. Like the keyboard lit up, the mouse was like bam. But it's okay if it doesn't. It's not like you have to. I know some people hate it, but again, you have it behind your monitor, so I just assume that you did. It's hard for me to see what the personality is here because we're only looking in such a close little section and you have a window right there. So it's really hard for me to kind of paint the picture. Jeff scored a 64. Will walked away with first place with an 80. Thanks for watching the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 144.